Have you ever watched a bout skid to a halt and felt that jolt of, wait, what did I just see? That creeping suspicion you're witnessing more theater than combat is exactly why we're here. Tonight, we're diving deep, deeper than instant replay slow-mo, into 10 MMA finishes that keep forums flaming years later. These aren't simple referee flubs. They're moments where fighters discovered or invented an escape hatch, flipping defeat into victory with a glance, a groan, or a well-timed flop. Once you know the play-by-play behind each, you'll never trust a fight-ending foul the same way again.
I think I will finish, especially with 5 rounds. And I think it's just going to be, I mean, the plan is always just to be impressive, you know. And he's a really skilled opponent, a lot of experience. And my plan is just to really make...
Early Sugar Show lore rarely gets told, but the 2014 Montana Amateur Bantamweight title bout against Carlos Lazoya is the Rosetta Stone. O'Malley had flashed his trademark sniper right hand, scoring a rise and shine knockdown in round 1, but ground exchanges exposed his raw jiu-jitsu. By the 5th, Lazoya had backpacked him, wrist-ridden him, peppered him with half-power lefts to the ear, legal targets every time. The referee suddenly jumped in, claiming back-of-the-head shots, though Big John's rule set is crystal clear. Anything touching the ear is fair. O'Malley, sensing lifeline, pressed his palm to the crown, not the ear, and answered the doctor with halting, almost theatrical breaths. Fans ringside swore they saw the fighter's eyes dart to the scorecards table. When the ref offered a DQ win, Sugar didn't hesitate. In one swoop, a title belt erased a mauling. His unbeaten aura stayed intact, and an early lesson was learned. Sometimes the smartest strike is selling damage faster than your opponent can rack up points. UFC Vegas 88 felt like Brian Battle's showcase. He switched stances, piston jabbed Luce's guard apart, and finished round 1 with a crackling head kick that thudded off Luce's temple. Mid-round 2, an accidental pawing jab scraped Luce's eye. He blinked once, twice, no grimace, no watering. Yet when the ref offered a moment, he claimed blurred vision. A full doctor's exam ensued. Commentary pleaded, "Give him the 5 minutes, he'll recover." Instead, Luca repeated he couldn't see shapes, forcing a no decision. Then, the twist, announcement made, Luca marched straight toward Battle, barking, shoulders squared, eyesight apparently crystal clear. Social media erupted with slow-mo frames of Luca barely flinching at impact. Battle, who'd already doubled Luca's strike count, stalked backstage yelling, "He quit!" The scandal turned a Fight Night footnote into a viral masterclass on how one sentence, "I can't see," can nuke an opponent's momentum, paycheck, and highlight reel all at once. One championship marketed Umar Rugrug Kane as folklore made flesh, a Senegalese wrestling champion tossing heavyweights like sacks of rice. Against Kirill Grishenko, though, hype met methodical European clinch work. Grishenko pinned Rugrug, pummeled for underhooks, and leveraged knees that sapped the giant's gas. End of round 2, clapper sounds. The pair trade courtesy punches. Grishenko's jab lands a hair after the horn, still mid-motion before the bell even cracks. Rugrug pauses, eyes widen, and he theatrically taps his own throat, miming a crush to the larynx. Replay shows the glove-brushing collarbone, nothing more. The referee offers recovery time. Rugrug insists on foul play, then flat refuses the restart. Crowd in Singapore murmurs confusion, commentary outright laughs, and the promotion, bound by rules, awards Grishenko a TKO. For a man nicknamed after a mythical beast, it was less monster roar, more fainting goat, proof that aura can vanish the instant a fighter says, "I'm out."
It was a little surprising, but I've seen him out at the PI a few times, and I knew he was getting back into it. So he's a big name. So as soon as they mentioned it, I jumped on it. You know, I'm here to fight tough fights, and
The comeback hype around Todd Duffy in 2019 was thunderous. A heavyweight KO machine finally healthy. For 4 blistering minutes against Jeff Hughes, Duffy looked the part, looping overhands, power doubles, a 42-6 strike differential. Then, the cardio cliff. Hughes weathered the storm, tagged Duffy with a stiff left that brushed the eyelid, and momentum flipped. Duffy immediately gestured timeout. "Give me a sec," he mouthed, winded chest heaving harder than his blinking. The cage-side doctor approached. Duffy reported seeing double. Under Nevada protocol, double vision triggers an instant stoppage. Hughes threw his hands up in disbelief while fans time-stamped Duffy's last deep breath. It resembled the sigh of a man grateful the chase was over. Post-fight, Duffy insisted he'd made the responsible call. Hughes, polite Midwest accent unshaken, noted Duffy wasn't even squinting. For spectators, it felt like watching a runaway truck aim for the soft shoulder. Legal, perhaps, but starkly unsatisfying. If Octagon craftiness paid royalties, Diego Sanchez would be beach house rich. Facing Michel Pereira, he endured 15 minutes of spinning kicks, flying knees, and meme-tier showmanship. Blood striped Diego's forehead, yet the man nicknamed Nightmare kept marching. Late in round 3, Pereira fired an illegal knee as Diego's knee still brushed canvas. Instantly, red streamed from a fresh cut. Doctors leaned in, pupils tracking, speech normal. Then the pivotal dialogue, "If I can't continue, do I win?" The crowd gasped. The ref sidestepped. Diego weighed the equity. Another 90 seconds of punishment or a guaranteed W and win bonus. He chose the ledger. Media backlash was swift, but veteran peers nodded in respect. Sanchez had weaponized the written code, proving savvy can sometimes trump savagery. At the UFC Apex echo chamber for every grunt, Randa Marcos's illegal upkick was audible, a sandal slap pop against Luana Pinheiro's cheek. Pinheiro staggered forward, palms bracing on the mat, head still clear enough to track Marcos's feet. She glanced toward the referee, half assessment, half calculation, then allowed gravity to take full theatrical license, knees buckling, body drifting backward like a falling plank. The thud was gentle, yet the optic was dramatic. Eyelids fluttered, breaths shallow. In the truck, producers rewound the moment. Commentary cackled at the perfectly timed swoon. 5 minutes later, Pinheiro stood for the official DQ, balance restored, smile wry. The internet spliced her fall beside soccer flops, racking millions of views. Lesson learned. In a sterile, no-crowd arena, the smallest acting beat echoes louder than any boo.
And, it was a time of, kids not knowing where they were, a lot of confusion. So there was a lot of fighting going on, even in kindergarten.
Right.
And for some unknown reason, a 6-year-old kid wanted to beat me up.
Japan, May 2000. The Tokyo Dome hums with 38,000 fans chanting Sakuraba. Yet across the ring stands Guy Mezgar, king of pancreasy, nursing a hairline foot fracture, contracted only because the promotion promised exactly one 15-minute round, no overtime. Bell rings. Mezgar executes a masterclass. Crisp boxing combos, stuffed single legs, even a hip throw that dumps Sakuraba near his own corner. When the horn ends, consensus among English and Japanese commentators alike is unanimous. Mezgar by clear decision. Then chaos. Announcers declare a draw, overtime required. Shamrock, hoarse from coaching, launches a tea kettle yell, ordering Mezgar out. Officials huddle, whisper, shrug, and announce Sakuraba the winner via opponent withdrawal. Conspiracy theories still swirl, TV ratings, Yakuza influence, patriotic booking. Whatever the motive, one truth remains. In Pride, contracts were written in pencil, erasers included. UFC São Paulo 2013, Yuri Alcantara, long-limbed dynamo, snags Pedro Nobre's back and delivers a cascade of rapid-fire lefts to the ear, pitter-pats designed more for control than carnage. Suddenly, Dan Miraliotta halts the bout, citing illegal blows. Nobre, motionless, clutching the base of his skull, emits anguished moans heard 4 microphones over. Yet high-definition replay cycles on the arena screens reveal every glove patching the earline, never straying toward the forbidden Mohawk strip. Commentators Kenny Florian and John Anik voice incredulity mid-broadcast, an extraordinary break from neutrality. A no contest is ruled, the crowd pelts the cage with boos, and UFC matchmakers quietly sever ties with Nobre thereafter. It's a career derailed not by concussion, but by the optics of feigned devastation.
I saw that I hit him in the body. So when he stopped it, when it was like time, I was like, time? I was like confused. And he's like, yeah, time. I'm like, okay. So I backed up and I'm like, wait, it's not the end of the round. So I'm like, what? And he was like, nah.
Cage Warriors 71, a modest prelim bout suddenly immortal. Osdrin Toma lies guard open, fires an obvious illegal upkick that clips Mario Said's mouthpiece. Said steps back, index finger wagging at referee Mark Goddard, and recites, illegal kick. Then, as if remembering stage directions, his spine unlocks. He drifts backward in installments. First knees, then shoulders, finally head, settling flat, eyes shut, mouth agape. 5 beats later, he peaks to confirm Goddard's concern, then sags again. The live camera angle captures the entire soap opera, commentary snickers, and viral gifs are born before the post-fight interview wraps. Saeed still owns the win on paper, but in the digital era, reputation is forever. A victory asterisked by the world's slowest unconscious collapse. Fight Night Vegas 2020. Mike Rodriguez stalks Ed Herman, ripping elbows in round 1, then buries a skidding knee to the liver early round 2. Herman doubles over. Voice cracks. Groin! Referee Chris Tognoni pauses action, defaulting to fighter honesty. Apex screens replay the sequence on loop. Impact clearly ribs, not cup. While Herman guzzles recovery minutes, a veteran savoring free cardio reset. Under outdated protocols, officials could not reverse the foul via monitor unless the strike ended the fight. Rodriguez seethes, dumps his gas tank chasing a restart finish, and fades. Late third round, Herman, evergreen in grit, hooks a head and arm, transitions to Kimura and forces tap. Dana White's press room tirade scorched Nevada officials. Rules changed months later. Still, the bout remains a permanent case study in how one word, low, can reroute fate. What threads tie these endings together? Opportunism, first and foremost. The instinct to exploit micro-gaps in rules when fists and lungs fail. Layer in referee fallibility, promotional pressures, hometown favoritism, and the primal fear of defeat, and the cage becomes a cauldron where ethics blur. Some see smart veteran savvy, others cry foul louder than a football terrace. But the lesson for viewers is universal. Until every arena grants referees real-time replay authority and fighters face penalties for obvious embellishment, the sport will occasionally morph from combat to courtroom drama. So, next time a fighter signals an injury milliseconds after momentum flips, ask yourself, are you witnessing pain or performance? And does it matter if the rulebook rewards both?